Good morning, students. Today we are going to discuss Bangalore University 6th semester BBA, subject strategic management, unit number 4, implementation of strategy. In this unit we will be discussing session number 46, financial and marketing plans and policies. Dear students, in the last class we had a discussion on the functional plans and policies of all the functional areas, why they are important, how they are important. Now in this session we will be discussing on financial and marketing plans and policies. Finance and marketing are two important functions of any management, whether it is a small scale organization, large scale organization, or middle level organization, middle scale organization. All these organizations have financial and marketing departments, and each department requires the plans and policies to be made to match the strategies of the company and to create a route so that the company's strategies are achieved smoothly without any problem, with the coordination of all, less economical, less costly and less time consuming. Therefore, dear students, plans need to be made both in financial and marketing functions. Both are critical functions, important functions. One is related to raising and using of funds. The another one is related to creation of funds. Both are very, very important. The funds flowing in and the funds flowing out need to be analyzed with the help of financial and marketing plans and policies. At the same time, the operational management or the management at the top level need to create the plans, policies. These are the road maps which are going to show the various ways how the strategies of the organization can reach easily to its destination, how the objectives are achieved. So here matching of objectives with the plans and policies so that the strategy of the organization can be achieved is a point of focus. We all know very well that finance function performs different functions. Very important functions when we look into this finance, key areas. See, in fact, when we were discussing about environmental analysis, that too in a comprehensive analysis, I was discussing about key rating, key factor rating. While discussing key factor rating also I discussed the same thing about financial aspects. Finance is a key factor. analysis regarding financial aspects is required, plans regarding this need to be made, policies regarding financial resources need to be made, regarding raising of funds, using of funds and managing of funds. So it shows the financial capability profile of the organization. So let us discuss financial plans and policies. You can see on the screen. Before going to that, let us understand the meaning of a financial plan. A financial plan is an estimation of financial requirements at present and in future, maybe short term or long term, and the various ways how the sources are raised and utilized. So the financial plans and policies of an organization are related to, there are important points here. The financial plans and policies of an organization are related to the availability, usage and management of funds. Availability of funds, usage of funds and management of funds. In other words, sources of funds, usage of funds, management of funds. The people who make the strategies need to formulate plans and policies in these areas so that the strategies are implemented properly. Otherwise, if the finance manager does anything wrong here, either in identifying the sources of funds or using of funds, sources of funds or management of funds, then definitely it will have its bad effect on the financial position, goodwill and perception of the company. So here in financial plans and policies, the strategists, the operational management and the people who are in charge of creating strategies relating to financial aspects like sources of funds need to prepare plans and policies related to sources of funds, deal with financing or capital mix decisions. The major factors regarding which plans and policies have to be made are capital structure, procurement of capital, working capital borrowings, reserves and surplus as sources of funds, and relationship with lenders, banks, financial institutions, plans, financial institutions, etc. Plans and policies related to the sources of funds are important since they determine how financial resources will be made available for the implementation of strategies. So it is very clear now from this explanation that a financial manager or the strategist need to check out the capital structure of the organization, and the strategist need to find out a proper mix of capital. There should be a proper debt equity ratio, fixed interest bearing securities, along with the securities which need to be paid the dividends. So this type of creation of financial leverage will bring about proper capital mix of the organization, wherein the organization can make use of this capital and can run its day-to-day business. While determining the capital structure or capital mix, the strategist may have different options, like should the funds be raised with the help of equity shares only, or along with equity shares should we raise the funds by issuing preference shares, or along with equity shares and preference shares can the company make use of debentures also, that means equity, preference and debenture, or the company can go with the long term financial accommodation with some of the financial organizations or banks. All these combinations need to be sorted out, ascertained, depending upon the availability of funds, depending upon the interest rates, depending upon the dividend rates in the market, depending upon the capital turnover, depending upon the number of shareholders it can attract, depending upon the credit rating it has got. All these analysis is important, and the finance manager here will check out the possibilities of pros and cons to the company in selecting a particular source of fund. Individually he or she analyzes what would be the benefit to the company if they go with equity shares, if they go with raising the funds with the help of equity shares, if they select equity shares as the source of funds, or if they go with equity with debenture, what would be the impact, or if they go with equity debenture with some bank loan, what would be the impact. So they will try to mix the capital in such a way that the cost of capital and the earnings available to equity shareholders should be encouraging. Ultimately, maximization of profit, maximization of wealth need to be kept in mind while the finance manager is looking for procurement of funds through traditional ways or through modern ways. For doing this, the finance manager need to take financing decisions. It's a plan, financial plan, long term or short term. For taking a financing decision, finance means what? Finance means provision of money when it is required. So a manager need to analyze the cost of capital of each source with the help of leverage analysis, with the help of earnings per share analysis, where he or she is going to calculate the operating income before tax and after tax, net income after preference dividend, in comparison with the sales, variable cost and fixed cost. Then the earnings before interest and tax, the earnings before tax, the earnings after tax, the earnings after dividends, everything is calculated. So after that, operating leverage, financial leverage and combined leverage is calculated. Then earnings per share, that is earnings available to equity shareholders divided by number of equity shares, is calculated to know the EPS, earnings per share. So sales minus variable cost, contribution, contribution minus fixed cost, earnings before interest and tax, minus interest, earnings before tax, minus tax, earnings after tax, minus preference dividend, earnings available to equity shareholders. So this divided by number of equity shares, you will get earnings per share. This analysis is important in financing decision. Once the capital mix of the organization is finalized, after analyzing the leverage analysis, financial leverage and the cost of capital or EPS, earnings per share analysis, and the company has decided, the strategist has decided, the financial manager has decided to go with the so and so funds from shareholders, financial institutions or lenders, whatever they have decided. Now the procured fund needs to be used. This is the second important aspect of financial plan. So again a financial plan need to be made, estimation need to be made as to how the procured funds in terms of in the form of equity, preference, dividend, debenture, financial institution, in whatever sources the company has collected the funds, so that these funds need to be invested now. It's again a important functional area of finance department. Usage of funds. Here plans and policies for the usage of funds deal with investment or asset mix decisions, asset management. Basically, the important factors regarding which plans and policies are to be made are capital investment, fixed asset acquisition, current assets, loans and advances, dividend decisions and relationship with shareholders. So here how the funds are utilized are going to be planned. Here the finance department or the finance manager take capital structure decision, or we can call as can take capital budgeting decision, or we can also call it as investment decision. Through financing decision, company procured the funds. Now these funds need to be utilized, and these funds need to be utilized. For that purpose, the strategists need to take the investment decisions. What is this investment decision? Usage of funds, a decision on usage of funds. And where it is made basically for capital expenditures, to acquire fixed assets, to alter fixed assets, to modify fixed assets. It's a capital expenditure decision. So it is a decision where the investment is made today, the cash inflows are generated after so many years. It is a decision which is irreversible in nature. Once decision is made and invested, you cannot take it back. Once a project, mutually exclusive project, a single project is selected for investment, after investment it cannot be taken back. It is irreversible in nature. A strategist take decision to invest fund in one particular project. That project is going to yield the profits or cash inflows in future. Immediately it will not give back the investment, it will not return back the investment. Now, spending of somebody's money or using of somebody's money becomes important here. Decision relating to that becomes important here. For this, the strategist plans what is their asset requirement, what are the loans and advances requirements, what is the current working capital requirement. They assess all these things. Depending upon that, they adopt traditional and modern techniques, old and discounted cash flow techniques to assess the alternative projects, mutually exclusive projects, single projects available in the market for investment, whether they are good for the company or not. Traditionally, they may use payback period, they may use average rate of return method. In payback period, they may analyze if they invest in particular asset, in how many years they are going to get back that. In an average investment, they can analyze that in an average how many years they are going to get back the profits in terms of percentage. Lowest time taken project is accepted in payback, highest time taken project is rejected in payback. Highest percentage of return in average return method is accepted because it gives highest return. Lowest is rejected in ARR. It may make use of discounted cash flow techniques, wherein the present value of money is considered. Net present value method can be used. Then internal rate of return method can be used. Profitability index method can be used to analyze whether the project is going to benefit the company in future or not, whether the investment decision on one particular project is going to benefit the company or not. After all, it is shareholders' money. After all, it is investors and lenders' money. So this money need to be properly utilized. Sources of funds and application of funds should be feasible to the company. Then only company can improve. Now, the third important component of financial plans and policies under the implementation of financial strategies, we see the management of funds. The management of funds is an important area of financial plans and policies. It basically deals with the decisions related to the systematic aspects of financial management. The major factors regarding which are systems of finance, accounting and budgeting, management control system, cash credit, risk management, cost control and reduction, tax planning and advantages. How the funds of the organization is managed, especially management of surplus, management of profits. See, management of funds here is another important component of financial plan and policies. How the accountability is kept intact, how budgeting is prepared, what is the system of terms and conditions of business, whether it is on cash basis or on credit basis. What is the risk management? What is the tax planning? And what is the planning for payment of profit, distribution of profits to the interested parties? Maybe tax to the government, maybe the dividends to the shareholders, maybe interest to the lenders. And how the distribution of profits is made, how the funds are managed, and the accounting procedures used for management of accounts, transparent procedures, the international accounting standards, Indian accounting standards, both are followed or not, depending upon the nature of the company, in preparation of financial statements. So all these factors and their analysis are important part of financial analysis, preparation of financial plans. So dear students, in financial plans and policies, we have got the plans and policies. The responsibility of preparing the financial policies and plans is left to the person in charge of finance department or the strategist of the organization in coordination with the finance department. They prepare plans and policies for collection of funds, raising of funds, procurement of funds through various sources, considering various factors, as I told you earlier. Then how they are going to use that fund, utilize that fund, invest that fund, and what are the criteria to be considered for investment. Then how the finance department or the strategist are going to manage the funds in terms of its accountability, transparency, etc. Likewise, one more important functional areas, plans and policies related to the Department of Marketing. Let us discuss this. Marketing plans and policies. It clearly says that the plans and policies related to marketing have to be formulated and implemented on the basis of 7 P's of marketing mix, that is the product, pricing, place, promotion, people, process and physical evidence. The major issues and decisions relate to these marketing mix factors. Questions such as what type of products to offer, to offer at what price, through which distribution channel, and by the use of which promotional tool have to be answered. A company tries to implement its strategies through marketing plans and policies in each of the marketing mix areas. So dear students, in the marketing plans and policies, we have seen that here it is a plan and policy related to marketing. 7 P's are given here. Basically for tangible goods we have 4 P's: product, price, promotion and place, and the strategies related to them. When it comes to service, we have 7 P's of the elements of 7 P's elements of marketing mix. It comes under service industry, which is intangible in nature. For tangible, we have 4 P's: product, price, promotion, place. For intangible services, we have 7 P's: 3 P's are added. What are those 3 P's along with product, price, place and promotion? People, processes and physical evidence. For service, these 3 are very important. People are important to work in the service sector, be it a hospital or be it educational institution or a cinema theatre or a airline industry or a hotel industry or a accommodation industry, tourism industry, medicine industry. Processes are different in different sectors, service sectors. At the same time, existence of service sector in a particular locality, physical evidence is also important component of marketing mix of service sector. In this criteria, the decisions related to product, policies related to price, policies related to promotion, policies related to place, people, process and physical evidence are taken. Plans are made, policies are made. What for? I told you right from the beginning, I have been telling you that policies and plans are the roadmap to achieve the target, to achieve the objective based on the strategy of the company. What type of product to be produced and sold? What type of service to be produced and sold? So what prices need to be kept for that product? People will accept that price or not? What design of the product should be there? People will accept that design or not? So what type of promotional techniques we need to adopt? Whether we need to adopt the national level distribution channel, state level distribution channel, zonal level distribution channel or local level distribution channels. What type of distribution channels? Do we have to add more middlemen or avoid middlemen? See, engineering of the product, selecting the core product, ingredients of the product, raw materials of the product, then the machineries required to manufacture the product, how to manufacture that product. So whether the product is manufactured for a particular type of customers or for all, how we need to keep the price, should we keep the price based on cost plus or mark plus, or we have to discriminate the price from one area to another area, or we need to follow the leader's price leadership pattern. What type of price we need to keep to a product? For promotion of our product, what type of channels we need to use? Should we use celebrities or not? Should we use TV channels or not? Should we use newspapers, daily newspapers or not? What type of the promotional techniques we need to adopt at the time of launching the product, after launching the product, after the product is in the saturation stage of its product life? Do we have to adopt sales promotion techniques at the consumer level or at the company level or at the human resources level of the organization? And for distribution of our product, what should be our strategy? What should be our plan? Do we have to call for tenders and quotations for distributors? All these things matters in marketing plans and purchase. One more important thing in marketing is product. When it comes to product, label, product branding, product labeling, then getting certificate of a product brand. So these days, intellectual property rights, and there are a lot of cases against a few companies in Competition Commission of India. where the trademarks are copied, the symbols are copied without taking the copyright permissions. So all these factors matters in marketing. When it comes to the 7 P's of marketing mix of service industry, people, selection of people, recruitment of people, we need skilled people or unskilled people. Do we have labor banks wherein we can collect the data of laborers or skillful people? Do we have the facilities wherein we can get the human resources in the finger points? So what type of people required to run our organization? Then what processes are required to run our organization, whether the processes are very complicated in nature or the processes are to be made simple, so that the people should not feel that the processes are complicated and thereby the people they just try to avoid with the company and company products or services. For example, bank is a service area, service sector. When we compare the product, price, promotion, place, people, process and physical evidence, 7 P's of a bank, wherein we take the example of people. If the people are human resources working there are not talented, they are lazy, they do not work properly in time, they keep people to stand in queues for hours together, they do not respond to the people properly, their communication is not at all acceptable and appreciable by any customers, they do not give proper information in time. If any customer goes and requests for any information required, so at that time what happens, the bank will get the bad name. To open an account in a bank, if the processes are very much complicated, the customers will avoid going there. See, to open a bank account, simple processes should be there, formalities should be less. If the formalities are more, if they are keeping on asking the documents required which are not there with the customer, then the people will not turn there. They go and approach other banks. Evidence of services should also be there, physical evidence. If you say that a bank should have its address, where physically it is evident, in which road it is located, which is that bank branch, what is the IFSC code of that branch, what is the MICR code of that bank branch, what is the name of that bank. So, dear students, when we take the concept of marketing, in marketing there are so many other aspects apart from 7 P's. But anyhow, to understand the very basic concept of marketing plans and policies, the people who are in charge for creating the marketing plans and policies need to concentrate on these 7 P's. When they make plans and policies properly after analyzing all these things, definitely they are going to be successful in implementation and reaching the goal. So at the end of this session, I have given you the multiple choice questions. Kindly go through them and see to it that you answer all. If you do not understand these questions, you feel free to call me, and study material is also provided. Go through the study material and try to analyze the study material from online and offline sources as well. Try to consolidate that study material along with the present study material. Incorporate if something is interesting and some examples are interesting in that. Try to gain more knowledge. So, thank you very much for watching the video. Till next session, okay? Stay home, stay safe. We'll meet again. Thank you.